Planning to build a sled deck, and can't find any YouTube videos. There's a few of them, but none of someone actually building a sled deck. So I figured I'd build my own and take you guys along for the ride. So the first step for this sled deck, I'm taking my custom headache rack off. I'm hoping I can reuse the same light bars that I had on it, because I don't like wiring. So we're gonna take and just put the light bars in the back window, set them on the back seat. Yeah. Okay, so we got the headache rack off. Definitely needed some paint, but and I just threw the light bars in the box. I think they're fine there for now. Yeah, so start getting cut today. Start cutting material, I guess. So, cutting first couple pieces here. Turn that up a little bit. So we took a sample. Took a sample cut, cleaned the edge off. There's a little weld on the inside of this. Not sure if you can see that. So if you try grinding it out with like a die grinder, you'd have to get an extended bit for it. Or another option is to cut a little groove with an angle grinder in your material. But because I got a thinner wall, this is 100 wall, or this is 125. This actually will fit without too much trouble. So I think if I clean these edges up here, I shouldn't have to worry about grinding a groove or taking this weld out. Okay, so getting the cross parts cut here. My original plan was to have, building deck is 8 feet long. So I was going to go 24-inch centers, which would give me 5 cross members. Then I was going to use 1/2-inch plywood to go on top. But after a little bit of thinking, we got thinking that 1/2-inch will be, spanning 24 inches with 1/2-inch might be a little bit too much. So we're putting another cross member in. So that's going to put us at about 19 1/4 inches center to center. The last one will be a little bit funny because it's not a actual measurement. It's actually 19.2, but you don't have that on a tape measure. Anyway, yeah, so now we're cutting the cross members that we're going to put in between here. So I'm going to have 17. Where's the tape measure? Okay, so to figure out how you're going to do your cross members, you're going to want to, first you got to decide what your center to center is. So so I'm going to be 19.25 center to center. Oh, sorry, it's not center to center. 19.25. Right there. So what that is, it's the same as if you went center of the tube. The center of the tube, if you go to the same side, it's exactly the same. So first you got to get that, and then you can do it this way, which gives us 17.75. So that's what all of our center ones are going to be. Now for the first one, so the first one here, and it'll also be the last one at the end, our measurement has to start from this side. So our 19.25 is going to be 3/4 of an inch over. So we need to take 3/4 of an inch, which puts us at 18.5 on the first one. So 18.5, first measurement, 17. So we're gonna have 17, then 17 3/4. And we'll get all those cut, lay them in place, and go from there. Okay, so we got all of our parts cut. Next step will be buffing everything. We ended up changing it, putting 6 cross members on our deck, shorten up the span for the 1/2 inch plywood. We did discover that we will not need to do any grinding at all. It seems to slide in there pretty decently. A little tight, but it should work. So yeah, we'll get everything, clean up all the edges, deburr the inside, and then I'll be tacking it together on a fab table, just so I keep everything straight. The box itself is crowned, so I can't tack it on there, and I don't know how level the floor is. So anyway, that's what the next step will be. Well, got the long part of cutting all of this material done. We'll see you back when we get it tacked together. Okay, so we got the material all ground up and stretched or laid out on the floor. Squared it all up. To clean it up there, we took a, I don't know if you can see in there or not, took a die grinder, clean the inside edge up for the 1.5 by 1.5 that we got the smaller stuff going in, and then just took a grinder and cleaned the edge up. So we got it all laid out here. I didn't have a fab table big enough to build it, so we're doing it on the floor. Had to find a spot where everything sat relatively flat. A few spots on the floor were kind of wobbly, so moved it around until we found a good spot. We'll just check it here now and make sure we're square. So you want to hook on the far corner. And we are just right at 120. And we're like a 16th over. Yeah, that's close enough. So yeah, all ready to tack it up, I guess, and then we'll test fit it on the truck, make sure it works before we weld it up. Tacked. Check it square again. 120. 120, yep. So I got one tack and all the inside corners, just so it didn't pull too bad. We're still square, so hopefully the floor was flat and we're flat as well. So now I'll probably put a tack in all 4 of these corners. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Tack all 4 corners, and then we'll test fit it on the truck. Okay, so we got the deck tacked together there, and it's sitting up on the truck now, so seems to fit pretty good. Doesn't hang over quite as far as I thought it would, which is nice. What's that, like 10 inches, 12 inches? Yeah, that's pretty good. We are gonna put a bar that comes down a little bit just to hook the ramp on. So that's gonna, I think I got like 10 inches or something like that. It'll come down, put it wherever the tailgate clears it. Anyway, yeah, it's pretty straight along there. Not too much flex in it. We are putting bars underneath it. They're gonna go about here and about there. They're gonna come all the way up, which will lift this up off the truck a little bit, and then we should be able to slide our ramp underneath it. So yeah, we'll get our measurements and everything for the feet inside, get that cut out and tack her all up. Okay, so for the frame support, I ended up going with, the box was 21.5, I believe. So first step was find a nice spot that I wanted it to sit. It kind of cradles itself in this little bit of a groove here from the bed. So it's 21.5, and I needed the clearance, so I got 20, or I went a little clearance. So went 21, 3/4 right there, and my 1.5 inches. So that's what my height is from there. My step right here, I went with 14, and that's the same front and back of the box. There's a spot for both of them. So this back side is exactly the same as the front leg. Yeah, this was 21 3/4, went 14, and then I just went with this angled brace here, which it is, what is this one? It was 22 5/8 along the short side, with a, now I have a digital angle finder, which, just saying, this is an awesome tool to have. And then the angle for this was, and this angle finder, I think I got it at Princess Auto or something like that. No, sorry, I ordered this on Amazon. Like $20 or something like that. Probably the best $20 tool I've got. Anyway, it says 64. Yeah, I thought that was about right. I thought it was about 64, 65 degrees. So that angle would be a 27 degree angle. Yeah. You do it this way too, I guess that would actually be your angle. Yeah, 25 degree angle. So you got your 90. So you do 114, 115 minus 90 equals your 25, which is what your angle is. So that's how I got that, and the angle's the same that side to this side. And yeah, that's how I built the legs for it.